Welcome back. Firstly, thanks for all the interest in the channel. I really appreciate the comments and the positive feedback. In this video I thought I'd try to answer a few questions and do a bit of a final summary before I close out this project. So it did take me nearly 2 years. I just work on this in my spare time. It has a lot of features, so I'll try to walk through all of those in this video. Here's the custom decal, so I've called it a Mowzuki. The engine's a Suzuki, and from the start I wanted it to mow. And you'll see also on that decal it says it's a 30 speed, which it is, because it's made up of 2 gearboxes, 6 speed on the GSX 400 engine and 5 speed Audi gearbox in the back. It's a 4-cylinder, goes really well. I really like the sound of it. I've got some nice new mufflers on the back, and I've got front suspension. I didn't put suspension on the back because with the intent to mow, I want to keep the deck at a reasonable height without bumping around too much. There's the exhaust, so I've got twin exhaust there, Dunstall mufflers, which sound great, and there's the Audi 5-speed gearbox under the rear, and it's worked perfectly. Again, another decal at the back, and the cutter height decals I had also made. Everything about this deck and mower is custom, all made in my shed. And here's the other side, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. It couldn't have come out any better. There's been a few questions about cooling, so there's a fan up front. This is a high flow fan, and I can run this fan in forward or reverse, so I'll just flick it on here. And yeah, you should be able to hear from the sound how much flow there is. It's also got headlights, so they're LED headlights. And just another look at the fan. So I don't run this fan all the time, but it's mainly if I'm mowing or running at slower speeds, because with the bonnet on there, obviously it does restrict the airflow. Also got front disc brakes, one on each front wheel, and I've got a rear disc brake as well, and obviously a dual master cylinder. So braking's pretty good. It's not a light thing, so it is important that whilst you want to go fast, you also want to stop, so that's all good. The deck was a heap of work, so just showing here the pulley mechanism I made. So as you can see, it goes up and down, and the pulley angles change so that it's never misaligned like it typically is in mowers. So the effort I put into that, I think, has really paid off. Works a treat. The only thing I have done is I've shortened the pulley by 1 inch just to give it a bit more tension, because I was getting a bit of a slip every now and then. Now it works great. Tail lights, reverse lights as well, just for the hell of it, and obviously I've got a tow bar there. On the dash there's an hour meter, mains power, an engine start switch, headlight switch, and there's a electric clutch for the deck. The tacho there has a fuel gauge in it. I have a cylinder head temperature gauge, rack and pinion steering. I'll just start it here. So there you go, it cuts pretty well. So remembering when I'm reverse and cutting, the cutters are still spinning in the same direction. And here's another attachment I made a while ago when I got a bit bored. So I'll give you a have a look at how this works. When you got long driveways, putting the bins out, it's quite a chore otherwise. I can go 1 bin, 2 bins, works awesomely, and instead of taking 10 minutes, it takes about 10 seconds. And here's another feature. This is a custom trailer I made a while ago as well, and it's quite handy for if I've got to go out and feed the animals, putting hay or dirt or whatever. This has been super useful, so I'll give you a look at this as well. Here we go. Come on. Yeah, so here's a bit of a closer look at the trailer. I'm putting the back down, and I actually made a ramp as well. So you can see it's hidden under here, it's on rollers. Lightweight aluminium top, just clips on. Got tie down bars around the sides, and this is really handy too, you know, if I want to wheel something up there on a wheelbarrow or whatever. Try to make it as flexible as possible, so it has many uses. And I've got quick release tabs on the side, so if I want a flat top, I can just put the sides down. I can also remove the sides as well if I choose to. So sides go down, works a treat. And you can also see on the front there, I've got a jerry can if I've got a chainsaw or whatever. Got some ropes in there. Got a jockey wheel on the front. And as you can see as well, these sides go on real easy. I'll just put the ramp back in. When the ramp's in, I've actually got a roller set up underneath there. You can probably see in an earlier video when I made this that it holds in with a spring, and then as that lid goes on, or the back, there's a bar across there, so not only the spring holds it, but there's a bar that it's just impossible for that ramp to come out. So just another safety feature. Now you can imagine one of the problems is if the jockey wheel's down, it's unhitched from the car or the mower. If I push down on the back or load it up incorrectly, it's just going to tip up. So obviously I don't want that to happen. So what I did is I got a spring out of an old bike I had, made like a similar to a bike stand really, and that just goes there, perfect. And when I'm done, spring, no different to a bike stand, just flicks up, holds itself out the way, and there's really no problem. Tows along pretty well. I can have a load in the back there. I've got so many gears on this mower that towing it around is really no problem. It doesn't feel like the engine's working that hard at all when I'm towing, and you know, I don't need to go ridiculously fast, but it's certainly plenty fast enough for what I need around the property. And you can get a bit of an indication just when I go up the driveway here of maybe if you can listen to the engine, it sounds no problem. Fun here. So please like, subscribe and share the video. This project is pretty much finished, and stay tuned, there'll be a new project coming very soon.